welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have a special guest, and this is my Scorpio sister. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself because I think it would be better for her to do that than me. So go ahead.
Okay, so my name is D'Andrea. I am Simone's Scorpio sister. We've known each other for like 2 years. Really? Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
We used to go to the same high school.
She was like the most gorgeous girl. I'm telling you. I will tell everyone this. I tell everybody this. I was like, D'Andrea stood out from all the girls at my school. I had to just say that because it's true. It's true. I say that to everyone.
But she's fucking. She's beautiful. Okay, she is so beautiful. Like, she's a baddie, obviously. But a little bit about me is that me and Simone work together. I am in school right now. I'm trying to become a nurse so I can help y'all out there. Okay, some of y'all be sick. Okay, I have to go in, do a little nursing. I like astrology, obviously, which brings you to this video.
Yes.
And when I met Simone, it was just like click. Okay,
honestly,
you're a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio.
Hey, like,
okay,
it just
like, it was like a match made in hell.
Oh, wow, really? Hell, I was gonna say heaven,
a match made in hell, honestly, because it was like, you know, we are known for that, like, little purple emoji with little devil horns.
Oh wow,
it was like that. It was like, wow, I met my match.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like we kind of just clicked automatically, I guess, because it's like we're kind of similar but different at the same time, where we can understand each other. And I never felt that way with anyone else, but I also think it's because, like, we're Scorpios, no offense to like anyone else. I just feel like we just have that connection where we understand, like, this is why we are the way that we are, and this is why we don't get along with certain people and why we do get along with certain people. So it's like, honestly, it was natural. It wasn't like a forced friendship. It was just like, we just like being around each other.
Obviously, yeah.
So that's why we are here today, because we love Scorpios, and we're gonna talk about Scorpios because we are Scorpios. Just so you guys know, like, leave the comments below if you're a Scorpio and your birthday, because her birthday November 1st and I'm November 14th. It's kind of close, kind of far, but we're November Scorpios.
Yeah. So I guess later on we'll get into the November and October,
yeah,
Scorpios,
yeah,
and like how we differ with them, because we've talked about it millions of times.
Yeah,
such a difference.
Honestly, you could tell. I feel like the October ones are like the nicer ones, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe you could get more into that, because she taught me a lot more about Scorpios than I knew. I kind of always beat myself up for being who I am, and I think when I met someone who I could look at her and be like, that's kind of like how I am, it kind of, you know, reassured me, like, no, you're fine the way that you are. You're just different. So I think she really taught me to love myself more than I was able to, because I just thought, no, you're just a like, it's like, no, this is just who we are, unfortunately. Like, some people can't handle that, but you know,
people can't handle it.
No, they can. And that's why, like, we're like the most hated zodiac sign, I feel like. I mean, people say Gemini, Leos, Aries. But see, I always just hear people hating on us. Like, even on Twitter, y'all be like, what are you getting in 2019? And then Scorpio be like, nothing. You get nothing. Or like death. And I'm just like, why do we get like, why? Like, everyone gets money, fame, like, and I'm just like, death, nothing. Like, why? So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about Scorpios, just keep on watching, because we're going to inform you guys. And if you don't agree, it's okay. Like, you can all have your opinion on Scorpios, but I just want to say this now, that just because you are a Scorpio, we do have to understand that there's a thing called a natal chart. So me and her natal chart is actually kind of similar. That I was looking at. Yeah. I was looking at it. I was like, Slick, we're the same person. Like, there might be a little tweaks in there. It's like, okay, you know, this might be different, but like, honestly, we're kind of like the same person. So I think she's like the devil, and I'm kind of like the angel. I'm trying to like be the nice Scorpio here, and she's like on my shoulder, like, no, do that. And I'm like, no, like,
no, not true. A little bit true.
A little bit, a lot. Okay.
But
so if you us. Yeah, keep on watching.
So, you guys, of course, Scorpio, we're water signs. If you don't know nothing about water signs, our other two signs that come along with us is Cancer and Pisces.
Yep.
We're, they say, emotional.
I'm very emotional though.
But
I cry a lot.
Right.
I cry about everything.
I cry too, but I cry like in my room. Like, and that's kind of what we are. Like, we are the fixed sign. So basically,
yes.
Yeah. So basically, if you are fixed in your sign, it means kind of like when it comes to emotions, we kind of hold ours back. Like, we are the sign that will kind of cry behind closed doors. Like, you'll never know that we're upset, or if we are upset, we'll probably just, you know, case it away and then deal with it later. Or, you know, we're kind of like more how do you say, introverts than extroverts.
Yeah, I'm still like that. Like, I've been like that my whole life. But like, also what she was saying, like a fixed sign, I have I know. So basically, like, there's fixed signs, there's one from each, like water, fire, earth, and air.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you're a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you're gonna be a fixed sign. And this says, like, basically, like, just think about it, it's stubborn, tackles problems slowly, often getting stuck in them. That's so me. Like, I just, whenever there's a situation, I'm just like there and I'm stuck until like I'm just like ready to solve it, which is like slow to initiate but good at follow through. So we're always there, like, when you need us, but like we might be slow about it, but like when it comes time to go and do it, like we're like there, but it's like we're like slow, and then we're like, okay, we're there. So and then we're good at follow through, getting stuff done, and hold the fort. So basically, like, we are the ground, we're the foundation. Like, we will hold it down for you guys. So just so you know, like, if you weren't sure, like, what she meant by a fixed sign, it's kind of like we are fixed on who we are, and not many people can just change us. And my brother's Aquarius, and I feel the same way about him. Happy birthday to my brother. It's January 23rd, and today's his birthday.
And so is my dad. So that's even our lives are kind of the same too.
That's true.
Like, her brother is Aquarius and my dad is a Aquarius too. Her boyfriend is a Sagittarius, so is my brother. So we kind of deal with the same.
And my dad's an Aquarius. I think my dad's an Aquarius.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So both of our dads are Aquarius. Mm-hmm. So we kind of have the same growing up, kind of like loving. You know, well, with Aquariuses, they're kind of different. Like, they're kind of like unemotional. Like, well, not unemotional, but they show their emotions, like, not really. So, kind of being a Scorpio and having that is kind of like the perfect but not perfect match. Because it's kind of like you already have somebody that's fixed. So, we're not going to express our feelings so easily. Mm-hmm. And then you have another parent that is kind of fixed.
They're fixed
too.
Yeah.
In their Aquarius, so it's harder to even express their emotions. So it's kind of like impossible to be
that's literally
emotional. Kind of an emotional grab towards us, I guess. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the thing. But basically, the basics of Scorpion, being a Scorpio, is that we're water signs, we're fixed. We do have multiple Scorpio animals. Mm-hmm. We're on the only sign that has a multiple spirit animal with us. So our basic animal is a scorpion, of course.
Ooh, and sting ya.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, we have stages of scorpionism. So you could be the scorpion, you can be the wolf or the eagle, and then you can be the phoenix. And then we have definitely like the snake and the rabbit and
why are we like the worst and the best? I feel like a snake, a scorpion, those are the two things people tell you to watch out for.
Right. And that's kind of like, the snake like represents revenge. So it's like we have the snake, which is the lowest Scorpio that you could be. It's kind of like, as you grow, you become a different animal. So the snake is kind of like, oh shit, you better watch out. If you piss a Scorpio off,
Ooh.
definitely watch what you're doing. Basically, you need to run away. Okay,
Run as fast as you can.
so, and then you have the rabbit, which kind of exemplifies sex in our life, or that
makes sense too.
Yeah, because you know the expression, y'all
like rabbits. That's so. I never thought of that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
she's teaching me things, guys.
Yeah, and then the phoenix, the eagle of the phoenix, is kind of like the highest of our highest. It's kind of like burning off. You know how like the phoenix rises from the ashes. It's kind of like that. It's like we kind of burn our old self, burn the revenge part of ourselves, and become a better us. So that's when you're dealing with a good Scorpio, like a Scorpio that's gonna like basically have their shit together. So
those are the basics.
Yeah, those are the basic shit.
I feel like I feel like I was always almost like the Scorpion when it came to relationships.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm trying not to be that person, because like I feel like I never could deal with a relationship right. I think I've always was set in my way that like I didn't want to grow for someone else. I kind of want to stay where I was, like pretend like I'm single but be in a relationship. It's like I'm just used to just like, you know, coming to someone like, hey, and they're like, oh hey, and I'm just like, and it's like now it's like me being in a relationship, I have to try to get myself out of that and almost grow like a phoenix, and like be more powerful and be more understanding. And you know, I just like back in the day, man, like in my last relationship, I was with a Scorpio. We're gonna talk about that too, so I guess I'll start. I was with a Scorpio, and I also made a video about this when I was talking about toxic relationships, because it was so hard to deal with someone who's also fixed in their ways. Like two people fixed in their ways, stubborn people, but also like two people who weren't trying to understand each other. And I think I was more understanding because I just know myself a little bit more. Like when I try to talk to people about being Scorpios, they don't really listen. And it's okay, like if you don't believe in astrology, okay, that's fine, but be more open to it, because I learned that this is really who I am and how I deal with things in my life. So dealing with that relationship, it's like he wouldn't communicate with me, and then we'll argue. Like I already talked about this, honestly. So like if you really want to know more about me being with a Scorpio and how difficult it is being in a relationship, I advise you guys to watch that video, because it's really informing about how I handle it and how I had to burn that relationship to the ground to build myself up to be able to go to the gym, be my own person, love myself more, because I said I hated myself in that relationship. So like how did you deal, because you said you dealt with someone who was also a Scorpio?
It was very difficult. It was kind of like looking into a mirror, and it kind of like made me learn so much things. Like even being a Scorpio is kind of like being in a relationship will be so hard for us, because we are Scorpios, because we are the jealous ones, because we are possessive, because we are we want to get so attached to our partner that if we do not feel attached to our partner, we instantly pull away.
Yeah.
So it's just like being with another person that is just like that is kind of like you can get two things. You can get, and then again, like I told you guys, you know, you're dealing with different types of Scorpios. Like some Scorpios are the lowest of the Scorpio, and some Scorpios are Phoenix. They know what they want, you know. So it's like I don't think that person knew what they wanted, you know. So it was me, you know, having a hard time to communicate with my other Scorpio, and he had a hard time communicating with me. And it was just like when we would argue, who's gonna go after who, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, and even with my friend, you know, our relationship is like that, you know. So it's just like it's so hard for us to get out of our comfort zone and actually go after the partner that we want, because it's just like we're so secluded in ourselves. So it's like it takes a lot of kind of getting out of your shell, kind of pride, because a Scorpio has the most pride. I don't care what y'all say.
I still deal with that. I'm just like, nope, I'm right all the time.
Yeah. Nope. We're like, nope, we're cutting it off. Nope, it didn't work. Oh well, we give up. It's done. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, please have patience. And please kind of like, I'm not saying be the one to go after that person, but kind of communicate that, you know, we won't get anywhere if you're acting like this, you know? So
true.
Dealing with a Scorpio will be difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but if you have open communication, it's easier on us.
We're willing to communicate as long as you're willing to understand us a little bit more, because I'm like, that's was me. Like after I knew I was done, and I kind of had to do it for myself. Like I was like, we're breaking up. Because like if I kept going through the same thing, we weren't gonna get anywhere. Like no communication from both sides, but like he would say my problem was that he would come to me all the time. And I learned with Mario, I have to go to him now. Because I had to get out of my comfort zone and be like, let me communicate to him. Because I would never do that. I'm like, I will be mad. I'll be at home, be mad by myself. Like, I'd rather do that than even like, baby, come on, like, let's talk about it. Like, no, what were we saying? Oh my God, I forget everything that I always
say. You had to talk to Mario about.
Oh yeah, like, I have to talk to my my boyfriend now. Like, I have to be open to communicate with him first and not expect him to come to me about things, because I'm just so used to it, and I realize that never works for me in relationships. Like, if I just stay closed in, like, I could do it. Don't get me wrong, I'll be the same person.
No, it's easy and that's kind of in our nature. Like, you don't. It's so hard to fight things that is in your nature. Like even if we felt like comfortable with talking to somebody, we would rather not. Like it's so hard for us to even like open up to a person that we even like, because it's like, damn, I mean, I'm sorry,
no, you're good.
It's like, it's kind of like we miss out on a lot of love, a lot of chances, because we are so stubborn, or because we are so enclosed in with ourselves, that we would rather sadly lose the person than actually get out of our comfort zone. And that's kind of what happened with me and my Scorpio, that we just lost touch of, you know, us being together. And kind of like, and it was so sad because the connection was amazing. And I'm pretty sure if you deal with your own sign, the connection will be amazing, because you kind of guys, you get it, you understand what each other, how you guys love, you know, how to love and what it's like and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what relationships are kind of like with being in a relationship with a Scorpio. Not all relationships are like that, but most of them are. When it comes to, again, November and October, you are dealing with a different Scorpio. October Scorpios are kind of like Libras in a way, not really, but they're more open, they have more friends, they're more problem solvers, they will go after you. So if y'all want to deal with the October Scorpio, y'all can.
That might be your best bet, honestly.
But again, we are all kind of like the same, revengeful. Yeah, that's us. We will not let you slide by, okay? Like you do something to us, oh, you're gonna get something back. Like, yeah. And it's kind of, again, I'm slowly but surely kind of getting out of that. We're slowly but surely getting out of that. Very slowly. Again, because, you know, it's nothing to forgive someone and actually move on with your fucking life. Like, yeah, it's a must.
And I think like when you grow, like you said, rebirth, like you're gonna grow and understand, like if you're stuck in your ways, even though like you're used to them, sometimes that might not be the best bet for you when it comes to relationships. Because honestly, like there was so many times where I could end up single because of who I am, and it's like, no, Simone, you gotta do it this way because, and you know, Mario's on the cusp, like we talked about. He's a Sagittarius, but he's right there at the end of Scorpio. So it's like, me and him can kind of go at it.
Right.
Like, we can really, like, be the same thing, like, where we don't want to communicate, but, like, I'm trying to learn how to be that person and try to, you know, grow into a better Scorpio. Like, I love being a Scorpio, but sometimes, like, it can ruin relationships, and we're okay with that sometimes. We, like she said, we will let a good thing go just because we're stuck in our ways, and I hate that because that has happened to me, and I'm just like, I'll be in my room, and then I'm emotional, and I'm like,
behind closed doors, like we do, like, we really miss that person,
and but then we go out in the world where we're like, okay, whatever, that didn't affect me.
Whatever, who, what,
right, and
what's going on? I don't know. Who was your name? And then when a person comes back, we be like, I mean, I guess we
can go out to eat or whatever.
Okay,
like we're so like we're that person. So unfortunately, like yeah, that's us in relationships. So
yeah, and again, we do fall quick. Like,
I fall in love so quickly.
Yeah, we do, but we do fall out of love as quickly. Like,
that's true.
Like, so it's kind of like a bittersweet type thing. So if your Scorpio likes you and you actually take some time to actually, like, hey, you know, I want to talk to you, we will fall in love with you. Like, we will literally want to be around you 24/7. Like, oh, what's she doing? We will make you a part of our lives.
Yes.
Like, you would not like leave our life without us. Like, we will make you so basically addicted to us because we will make sure we're like hand in hand. Like, I don't want you to leave me. Like, where are you going? Like,
right.
Like,
I'm kind of like that with Mario.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But it's like, that's probably why people say that we're addicting, because not to toot our own horns, but that's the reason why I do that. But that's kind of like the last argument that we had.
That is.
And since then, we've been very good.
Yeah,